Okay, welcome back to another video of PPS by Jai Balay Academy. It's been a long pass, I know, but it's fine. Inka mundu videos regular ga pedta, so maybe in next 5 to 6 days I'll complete all PPS videos in this YouTube channel, and then I'll I'll rest in peace. So let's start. So today we'll talk about recursion again. Okay, this is a secret formula I didn't want to share with anyone, but yeah, let's go. So as you people already know, recursion is nothing but function calling itself. That is, if we have a function, okay, let's say if we have a function, this particular function will be called again by the same function using return. See here, the same function is calling itself inside the function. This particular phenomena, this particular concept is called as recursion. Okay, and example can be given as example void can't be used, int fact, int n. Let's say there is a number int n, and whatever it is, we'll fill it later. Return n into fact of n minus 1. If you can observe clearly, see here, the function name is fact, and in the return section the same function is calling itself fact. Clear? So this phenomena is called as recursion. The function calling itself is called as recursion. Function calling itself is called as recursion. Don't think that my accent has gone slowగా మాట్లాడుతున్నాను అనుకోకండి. గ్రిప్ పోయిందిగా. It's been long time I recorded a video, so I am uncomfortable right now. Next videos నుండి ఇలాంటి ఒక స్లో మోషన్ ఉండవు. We'll go straight. Okay, so now to understand recursion better, I want to tell you two things. This is a secret formula, and there is no particular division in recursion like this, but for your understanding, I divide recursion into two methods. The first one is called as backward recursion. This is not there anywhere, so don't write this, just for understanding purpose. First one is called as backward recursion. The second one is called as forward recursion. Backward recursion ante enti, when you pass a value to the function, let's say I'm calling the function fact of 5, where 5 is nothing but my n value. We will do this in decremental fashion. That is, every time the function is called, we will do n minus 1, so that the value of 5, next time it will be 4, next time 3, next time 2, so on up to my termination condition. This particular thing is called as backward recursion, and if you check your lab manual, this is the way how you have calculated factorial using recursion. The second method is called as forward recursion. I think no one has ever seen this. In this, what happens is, instead of starting from 5, we start from 1, the number 1, and next time we will call fact of 2, increment the number, next time 3, next time 4, next time 5, until the termination condition is met. This is called as forward recursion. Forward ante incremental recursion, backward ante decremental recursion. Why I am telling this? That is because today I'll explain you both forward recursion as well as backward recursion, by which you can perform any type of recursion without any problem. Elanti program ishna kuda meer self ga raskovachu. So first, let's write backward recursion. Normal recursion, let's write a program, find factorial using recursion. That's it. So we have main function ash include std.h అని మీరు రాసుకోండి. We have main function, and what am I printing? I'm printing printf %d. I'm printing %d, and I want to find factorial of 5. Done. This is my main function, hash include std.h int main return 0. అవన్నీ మీకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు. My simple funda is I have to print factorial of 5. So this particular function is called, and what is that function? It's int fact int n, because 5 is of the type integer, so I need a integer variable. And then you have to check if n is less than 0. See, there are some stupid people who will give input in keyboard as -5 or -10. For them to know that factorial starts from 1, that is 1 factorial. I don't know if 0 factorial is 1, but for me, I'm bad at maths, so let's assume 1 is the starting number. Anything less than 0 is invalid. Use printf invalid. Printf రాయండి. I'm just writing invalid. If n is equal to 0, return 1. I don't know if 0 factorial is 1? I don't know this. Is 0 factorial is 1 or 0 factorial is 0 or it's invalid? Please check yourself and write your statement. Else if, this is else if, or else you need to return. This is factorial statement. Return n into fact of n minus 1. Close. This is your function. If n is less than 0, invalid. N is less than or equal to 0, invalid. Else if n is equal to 1, return the value 1. Return the value 1. Else return fact of n into fact of n minus 1. Let's understand this using tracing. Let's trace it, or else no recursion can be understood without tracing. So what did I call? Fact of 5. In fact of 5 ni call chesa. So when fact of 5 comes here, see the first condition. Is 5 less than or equal to 0? Condition fail avutundi. This particular segment won't be executed. Next condition. Is 5 is equal to 1? Even this condition is gonna fail. And the last statement is return n. What is my n? N is nothing but 5. 5 into fact of, return fact of n minus 1. Return fact of n minus 1, that is nothing but factorial of 4. So what happens now? This particular function will be called again. Now here the n value is 4. Same concept. N is not less than or equal to 0. 4 is not equal to 1. So what to do? 4 into fact of 4 minus 1, that is 3. Inka answer raledu. Same. 3 is not equal to 0. 3 is not equal to 1. So 3 into fact of 2. Even next time 2 vastundi. Here comes 2. 2 is not equal to 0, not equal to 1. Next 2 into factorial of 1. Now when we have factorial of 1, you can see here that in the else if part we have something. That is, if n is equal to 1, factorial of 1, what am I returning? I am returning the value 1. So this particular function will be replaced by the value 1. This particular function will return 1 to itself. So this particular statement will be replaced by 1. So once we get this value, so now see here, 2 into 1, the value is 2. That particular value will be returned to factorial of 2. Then 2 into 3, the value is 6. This particular value will be returned to fact of 3. Next 6 4s are 24. This particular value will be returned to fact of 4. And 24 5s are 120. That will be returned to fact of 5. And this particular statement will be returned back to main. So the answer for this question will be 120. This is recursion using backward method, backward tracing. That is, you start with the value of n, which is equal to 5. Then you decrement until termination condition is met. Here termination condition is until n is equal to 1. Once you have that, you start returning the values to the calling functions back hierarchically, and then you get the final answer. This is backward recursion. And this is what you people have written in your observations. Most of you people in records have followed this particular stupid method. Okay, so now I'll show you something else, a very fun way of recursion, that is called as forward recursion. And forward recursion is nothing but for loop. Always remember, forward recursion is nothing but a simple for loop. First, let's write a program to calculate factorial using for loop. How does it looks like? Main, okay, I have a value int I, n is equal to 5, and I have something called as fact is equal to 1. What is factorial function? For I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus telsundali factorial function. Fact is equal to fact into I. Done. For loop complete. Here you write printf %d fact and close. This is your program to print factorial without using any function. Just one for loop, and you people already know this meaning, right? Initially f is equal to 1, next time f is equal to 1 into 1, that is I is equal to 1, 1. Next time I is equal to 2 and f is equal to 1, 2. Next time I is equal to 3, f is equal to 2, 6. Next time I is equal to 4, f is equal to 6, 24. And next time I is equal to 5, f is equal to 24, answer is 120. This is forward and incremental for loop. So now let's try to modify this and write it in a recursion format. See, recursion key, now see this recursion, int fact. See here, for loop lo first time undi, we have I value which is 1. So let's say we have int I. Done, we have int I. And next, I is less than or equal to n. I is less than or equal to n. What do we have? Termination key n. Take the value of n. Int I undi, int n undi. And what is the other variable that is inside this for loop? See properly, the other variable itself is fact. So we have int f. F is nothing but fact. Now check the condition. What is the condition you wrote? If I is less than or equal to n, that is, if I is less than or equal to n, what will you do? You will calculate factorial. Same function ne function la radunnam. Int I undi, which is here. Int n undi, the value is here. Int f undi, the value is here. Condition enti, if I is less than or equal to n, that is 5 factorial is nothing but 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, where I is giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is my n, and I is also at one point becomes n. That's the reason I less than or equal to n. Ila aithe em calculate cheyali? F is equal to f into I. Yes or no? F is equal to f into I. Now see initial I value enta. Initially I value enta here. What is initial value of I? I is equal to 1. Next time the value of I gets incremented. Yes or no? The value of I gets incremented. So return I value ni increment cheyali. So call the fact function and call the first value I plus 1. We are passing the next value for next iteration. I is equal to 2. Okay, and n value, does my n value change in this function? N is a constant, n is equal to 5. So pass n as it is. Next time see here, fact is equal to fact into I. Will my fact value keep on changing every iteration? Yes, my factorial value keeps on changing. So just pass the new calculated value f and semicolon. What you are returning? Forward recursion. For loop ne modify chesam. I is equal to 1. I less than or equal to n, calculate factorial. Done. Else that is, at one point I became 6, we crossed it, but n is still is equal to 5. 6 less than or equal to 5, the condition will fail. So now printf, or you can just return the calculated value f. Close. This is your forward recursion. How to call it in main? You have to pass it like this. Main local fact I value, initial value of I, you can see here, pass it as 1. Initial value of n, you took printf, enter the number, scanf n, so we'll pass n as it is, and then f value pass cheyali. You see here, initial value of f is equal to 1, so 1 comma n comma 1. This is how you pass it inside the main. This is how you pass it inside the main, and this is the function you wrote to calculate factorial. So now let's trace it. Let's say my I value is, my n value is 5. 1 comma 5 comma 1. So see here, let's start tracing it. Initially I value is 1, n value is 5, f value is 1. Correct? So I 1 less than or equal to 5. Is the condition true? Yes. So f is equal to f into 1, that is f is equal to 1. My first iteration complete. So what am I passing now? I plus 1. Initially I was 1, now it became 2. N was 5, still it is 5. Okay, still it is 5. F was 1, still it is 1, because 1 into 1 is nothing but 1. So second time the iteration, the values are 2, 5 and 1. Is 2 less than or equal to 5 the condition true? Yes, the condition is true. What does it calculate? F is equal to f into I. F value is 1, I value is 2, so f is now 2. So what am I passing next time? I am passing 3 comma 5 comma 2. And what is it? 3 into 2, answer is 6. Now I am passing f is equal to 6, and here what I am passing 4. Next time ఏమవుతుంది f value, f becomes 24. I am passing 24 here, and I am passing my next number 5. Next time the factorial is 120, and this is 5 is equal to 5. Remember this, we are at turning point. 5 is equal to 5. Next time I am passing 1 plus I plus 1, that is 6 comma n comma 120, but now the condition will fail because 6 is not less than or equal to 5. Simple for loop, try to understand. 6 is not less than or equal to 5. We will come to this particular line, and what are we returning? We are returning the value f. Return f, and where we are returning this? We are returning back to main. So this particular statement will be replaced by the value 120, and this is also recursion. The reason is my function is calling itself. The definition, according to the definition, function calling itself is a recursion, and here I am calling my function. Here I am calling my function, and this particular thing is called as forward recursion, and this is nothing but a simplified format of a for loop. So recursion vaste bhayapadakandi, it's a very simple concept, just understand how to use it. So this is what I wanted to tell in this video. This completes unit 3 of your syllabus. From tomorrow I'll start unit 4, that is strings, and then I'll upload one more video on unions, structures, bit fields, and type def and enumerated data types. That will complete your unit 4, and then we can enter file systems. Okay, and I'll try to be regular. This completes first 3 units of R21 syllabus. So try to understand recursion. Either you can go with forward method or you can go with backward method. It's completely your choice. Whichever you people understand, just do it. Okay, Jai.